Korea. You know, just keep talking about Cuba, Bernie, in the general. Please stop it now, but because I want you on the ballot with Trump, so we have clarity and choice. Mike Bloomberg telling everybody who Putin wants. Cut number one.
I think that Donald Trump thinks it would be better if he's president. I do not think so. Vladimir Putin thinks that Donald Trump should be president of the United States, and that's why Russia is helping you get elected, so you'll lose to him.
Oh, Mr. Bloomberg. I love that when Bernie said, oh, Mr. Bloomberg. Do you note that both Bernie and Bloomberg say Russia? Is that part of the New York dialect? 1-800-520-1234. What's Cuba? Cuba and Russia.
Russia and Cuba.
Russia and
By
Cuba.
the way, Bloomberg, he's got a Boston accent. It's not even a New York accent. It's a Boston
it's got
accent.
an R on it. It's unusual. ReliefFactor.com. How do they say that? Relief Factor. ReliefFactor.com. Don't forget to take it before you leave on your commute. America, don't forget to take it. 1-800-520-1234. My screen is frozen, gentlemen. That's why I can't see what the clock is. ReliefFactor.com will be vital to me. Today I'm zipping out of here as soon as the show is done to grab the westbound flight. On Ash Wednesday, I'm traveling west, but I do not worry about the overhead bin because I've already taken my stuff from my ReliefFactor.com. All I ask you to do is give it a 3-week trial. $19.95 gets you a 3-week trial starter pack of ReliefFactor.com. You'll join the tens of thousands, now hundreds of thousands of people who have tried it. Many of them just take it like I do every single day. Don't go anywhere without it. Do not travel without it. I certainly don't. I'll be right back. Last segment, 1-800-520-1234. We'll unfreeze the screen, and I'll take your calls here on the Hugh Hewitt Show. Welcome back, America. It's Hugh Hewitt, AndrewandTodd.com, AndrewandTodd.com. The 10-year Treasury is now slowly rising. It's up to 1.37% from 1.33. It's going to rise all day. I think the market's going to do fine today. The president and everyone needed to start talking about this. They are doing so. My audio transcript of my interview with Peter Navarro is posted at HughHewitt.com. I recommend you go there. Let's do a lightning round on reactions to the debate last night. Mark in Detroit, how are you, friend?
I'm good, Hugh. Quickly, I'd like to thank you for recommending The Looming Tower and The End of Mine. I read both of them and enjoyed them.
Terrific books.
Yeah. I took your advice. I voted by absentee ballot. I'm retired, and I don't go to the polls anymore. And I voted for President Trump in 2016, but I voted for Bernie. And our primary is March 12th. And I sent my absentee ballot in. And I'm a black conservative, and I think President Trump's going to do a lot better with the black vote this year. I think he might even double this percentage. I think it was about 8%.
Yeah, I actually think that is not unreasonable, Mark. I think 15 to 20% is very, very reasonable. Very, very reasonable. And I'm glad you voted early. I hope everyone in South Carolina votes for Bernie as well. Mark, thank you. Mitchell, San Francisco. What say you, Mitchell?
Yeah, you have to know that I used to have a friend who was a member of the CPUSA, used to distribute papers all the time.
All right, Mitchell, just you got to cut to the bottom line. I don't care about the CPUSA. I really don't.
It's daily. It's the lingo of the Democrat Party is what you find in the old Communist Party rags.
I think that's a little extreme, but thanks for the call. Mary in St. Pete's, Florida. Mary, what do you think?
I think, good morning, I'm glad that was on a main station and not cable last night. I'm not sure about switching over to vote for Bernie if you're not taking a risk on that he just might get in.
Hey, look, Bernie is not a weak candidate, but I think the country has to face this choice and make this choice.
Understood.
It's just like the coronavirus. This attachment to socialism is an illness. And the only way to defeat an illness is to shine a light on it. And that's what I'm glad the president is doing. And that's what I think we ought to do with Bernie. Thank you, Mary. Leo in Las Vegas. Hello, Leo. You're on the Hugh Hewitt Show. What'd you think?
Good morning, brother. Listen, Bloomberg is from Boston. He was born in Brighton, which is a section of Boston. His mother passed away about 10 years ago. She was from Medford, which is right outside of Boston.
I think you are also from Boston. I can tell. You're probably a Red Sox fan. Are you? Are you a Red Sox?
I am.
Yeah, that's too bad. You're banned. You're banned. We don't let Red Sox fans get out of here. Go away. You're a New England. You're a Patriots fan.
Later, brother. Thanks.
But all right, Leo. I can smell them. Their Steelers fans are even trickier than Patriots and Red Sox.
I told you Bloomberg was a Boston accent.
Lawrence in Cleveland. Let me end with the land. Hello, Lawrence.
Mortified. I'm a black man, mortified at Bernie Sanders. And you could tell he went a bridge too far because the audience response that he was expecting, he did not get. I think it was too much for them. I go to a black barber shop. My barbers did not vote for Trump last time. Both of them are voting for Trump. Used to start arguments if you mentioned Trump in the barber shop. And the one I go to, not anymore. I think he's going to get a good percentage of black vote higher than what he got last time. I was mortified. I think they're crazy. Those people, the Democrat Party, are crazy. They've lost their minds.
Jay, hey, Lawrence. Lawrence, I agree with you.
Chicken wings.
You couldn't watch that last night.
I'm sorry. Hot sauce, chicken wings, and watermelon. That's all they need up there now.
Stop. We don't need stereotypes or stuff like that. But I got to ask you.
They're pandering to us. That's what they are.
Did you watch the whole thing? Did it not give you a headache?
I watched the last hour of it. I was out and I watched the last hour, and I was yelling at the television screen. I couldn't believe it.
They were screaming at each other. Screaming at each other. All right. Hey, thank you, Lawrence. Let me get Ty in San Antonio. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Hugh, just wanted to take one more opportunity to remind you what a disaster you're creating by encouraging people to vote for Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, I know you think that, but I believe that you've heard my explanation. What's wrong with my explanation?
Yeah. Well, because you're trying to tell people that they have a choice. The choice has been made. Socialism is at our door knocking. It's about, do we open it and give it a seat at the table on the national level?
Okay, let me put it a different way. If we defeat Bernie decisively, Will it not put it to bed for 50 years like we did with George McGovern?
No, Hugh. Basically, what I'm trying to say is George McGovern was in an era where there was no social media, there was no social hysteria. People have already chosen that the ambition behind capitalism and democracy is not what they're looking to strive for. They want to be taken care of. They don't know that it's a disastrous choice. But I'm telling you, encouraging Bernie Sanders.
Okay, I hear you. I just have more confidence in the American people than you do. But we will see. I think people ought to vote for Bernie big time. I think they ought to put him on the ballot. We ought to have this conversation. We ought to repudiate it and let America go forward and the Democratic Party get back to sanity. They need to come home to the old Democratic Party of Jack Kennedy. They got to get out of this crazy cycle. Last night was the craziest debate I have ever seen. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Generalissimo. Good to hear. The president will be on at 6 p.m. tonight Eastern. I'll bring you everything he says tomorrow morning on the next Hugh Hewitt Show.